It has so much torque. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're gonna be doing a review on the 2021 Ford F-150 Platinum. But first and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo for giving me some time with this Platinum. Check out their inventory in the link below. Let's get straight into the video. So under the hood of the Platinum, we have the twin turbo 3.5 liter V6, goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 18 around town and then 23 on the highway, with power outputs being 400 horsepower and then 500 pound-feet of torque. Now let's go over the front end of the new Platinum. So first and foremost, we have the newly designed hood, which I just love the fact that it kind of slopes all over the place. Definitely has this like cool, unique look to it for a truck. And then you can see we've got the full LED lights, which in person, these look absolutely fantastic. I wasn't so sure about them from the pictures, but in person, they just work so well. And then we've got the signature grille for the Platinum. I love these little chrome pieces here. Definitely makes it look a little bit cooler, a little bit more intricate as well. You can see the little camera right there just below the Ford logo. And then we've got parking sensors all along the front with the fog lights down here. And then you can see you've got the chrome tow hooks with the air dam on the front end as well. But yeah, overall, again, I was a little bit worried from the pictures, but in person, this looks like a mini heavy duty, which looks really good. Coming around the side here, we've got two 75mm tires on 20-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And if you guys have seen my STX review, then you guys will understand this comment. I think these wheels look good, but I feel like the wheels on the STX looked a little bit nicer, which is pretty interesting that the wheels on the base model truck look just a little bit nicer than the Platinum. But these are still really good looking wheels in general. And then here's a quick look at the front suspension there on the Platinum. And then you can see you've got the F-150 Platinum logo right here with the little venting on the side, which definitely a nice little design piece that I love the look of. And then you see you've got the chrome mirrors, and then these running boards are power operated. There's some cool functions with those. And then you guys will notice there on the back, it's got the FX4 package on it, but there's your full side view on the Platinum. Go over the bed of the Platinum. So first and foremost, you still have Ford's signature bed step right here with the handle that helps you get into the truck. The cool part here is you've got all these little rulers here on the tailgate itself, which is pretty neat. Obviously, that's going to help you measure things out when you do use this for work-related stuff. Now, this truck doesn't come standard with a bed liner. It's actually a pretty expensive option, but you guys can always get that after the fact really easy in general. You can see you've got LED bed lights here as well. And then, yes, you do get a full power outlet here in the back of the Platinum on top of that. And then if you guys are wondering, payload capacity with the Platinum is about 1,500 pounds. Go over the rest of the rear of the Platinum. So first and foremost, you guys have the huge Platinum logo here on the back, and then I love how you've got the chrome here, and then they've got the lighter colored part here on the taillights, so it's like this one continuous streak. Looks pretty cool. I really like the LED lights on this as well. Again, this is another thing that I was a little bit worried about. I was like, oh, these are just gonna look like giant, or sorry, like smaller Expedition lights, but they actually look really good with the overall design and theme of the truck, just with how they've done like the body work to kind of go around with the lights themselves. Parking sensors all along the rear as well. And then towing capacity is about 9,700 pounds with the Platinum. Let's go over the door panel here in the rear of the Platinum, and they have fixed one of the biggest complaints with the Fords, which was they didn't have nice materials in the back of the truck with the door panel, and now they do. Really nice soft touch leather all over. You've got the suede here as well, and then you got the really nice wood trim there at the bottom. So just overall, the door panel looks beautiful, and then it's going to be a nice place to place your arm. And then I love the design on the speakers as well. You do have power running boards again with the truck, and then here are the seats with the Platinum. So these seats are incredibly soft. You got the Platinum logo, but I hope you guys, this is being captured on camera, just how soft and plush these seats actually are. They are probably the most comfortable seats you can get in a truck right now. And then lifting up the seat, you guys can see there's some storage space just underneath. You've got your Platinum floor mats as well. And let's actually pop in. So stepping in the side steps help out quite a bit with getting in. And if you guys are wondering, I'm 5'11", I've got a good amount of headroom. Obviously these are raising my legs up a little bit because we've got the floor mats on the ground, but legroom's really good as well. And they got a little storage pocket, and I love how it's like padded there on the inside. Couple cup holders back here. You've got heated seats for the rear. You've got a little area you can charge some devices. And of course, we've got an armrest with some more cup holders, because this is America, and in America, we have to have like 50 drinks at once. You got to have 2 here, 2 more here, a bunch down there on the door panel as well, because like you can never have enough soda. Now let's come to the door panel here in the front of the Platinum. So again, all that really nice soft touch leather all over the door panel. And then you got the suede insert. Again, just looks and feels really nice, just really high quality stuff. And remember, they're still limited. This isn't even the top of the line truck either, which is pretty cool. You've got your window controls right here. You've got your mirror adjustments as well. Memory seats are integrated right there. And then you got a speaker for the sound system. And then here are the seats at the front. So again, really nice, really comfortable to sit in. I mean, hopefully this like comes through in camera. Just like, look how soft these seats are. They're amazingly comfortable. You've got your adjustments there on the side of the seat. And then you've got the pedal layout just down below. Here is your adjustment for the pedals, your parking brake. You've got all of your light controls right here. You've got the lights at either end right there. And then this is for the tailgate. This is the steering wheel cover, sorry about that. But anyways, you've got a little adjustment there for the steering wheel, and there's one more look before we pop in. Now here's the steering wheel with the Platinum. So you've got the soft touch leather all around the steering wheel, and then you've got the really nice brown stitching there on the inside. Platinum logo right there with the wood trim just down below, and I love the metallic trim here on the side. You got all the controls for the center stack, your phone controls, radio controls, all that. You've got your controls for the adaptive cruise control and the lane keep assist on the other side, and then your voice command controls. And then you've got little stock for the windshield wipers right there. But yeah, overall, I love the look and feel of the steering wheel. Obviously, it's similar to the last generation, just a little bit more modern. Now here are the gauges in the Platinum. Definitely my favorite set of gauges in a new truck. I mean, you guys can see I'll very lightly tap the throttle. I love the look of the RPMs, pretty cool. But you guys can see I've got that menu pulled up, and you can scroll through a couple different things, basically just normal stuff. So like this is the same stuff they had as the previous generation in terms of the information, like the truck info, for example. It's just, it looks a whole lot nicer with this modern gauge cluster in general. And then the next really cool thing has to do with the drive mode. So you've got the drive mode select. I'll show you guys the dial later, but it's cool how you can like obviously shift between the different drive modes with the truck and how it'll change the gauge cluster itself. But it's cool that it like shows you a little picture of the truck. My favorite is probably the sport mode. I usually prefer the sport mode just because it looks a little bit cooler, a little bit more aggressive. But I love how you have like a custom setup. It shows you the truck like doing that specific drive mode. And yeah, just in general, looks really cool. Like, you just don't see this all the time. They just did a really good job with the animations and everything. And that's the center stack. Now, before we get into the behemoth of an infotainment system that's in this Platinum, we've got some controls above it. So this is to turn on or off your auto stop start. This is for the camera system. This is your parking assistance, your hazard lights, stability control, and then the hill descent control as well. And again, these are just above the infotainment system. Now, here's the infotainment system in the Platinum. So first off, we'll go over the camera aspect of it. You can see that you just press the little camera button, it'll pop up. And then when you pop it in reverse, the camera system will also pop up as well. A feature that I really like is the zoom function here. So you press this and then these menus pop up, and then you basically can zoom in onto that part of the bird's eye view, which I think is really cool. And then you have this other drop down menu, which is for the other camera views as well. So you can see that you just press it and then it'll pop open with that particular camera view. So like parking this truck is non-issue at all. You also do get what I call a cargo camera. It's just a camera over the bed of the truck. But yeah, overall, from a camera system aspect, it's really good. And if you guys are wondering what the reverse camera looks like, and if you could hear that in the camera, that's another cool feature we'll go over in a minute. This is what pops up when you pop it in reverse. So you still get the trajectory lines. Resolution's still really good. You can still zoom in on the receiver hitch as well. So from a camera aspect, the new F-150 is just amazing. As for the rest of the infotainment system, you can see we've got it on the navigation right now. So if we go over to the settings tab, we can see that we've got some stuff for like the seats, for example. Yes, it does come with massaging seats. What else would you expect from a luxury truck? You've got your valet mode, all the normal stuff. You can see a lot of this is the same here. Another cool little thing is on the features tab right here. You can see that you can customize some stuff. The thing I think is really cool with the running boards is right now you can have approach detection on. So basically, before you even open the door, when you walk up to the truck, the running boards will actually pop open, which I just think is another neat little feature. But yeah, overall response time on the infotainment system's really good, and it's cool you have the menu right here. So like I can press that and it'll take me right over to the radio, and then I can press this again and it'll take me back to the navigation. Just really cool how it functions. Now I've got a whole slew of stuff happening in here. So you've got your Pro Trailer Assist right there, and then just down below we've got our trailer brake controls. This is that drive mode select. So you twist it for the drive modes, you push in for the locker, and then you've got the buttons around for the drive line. So you got your 2-wheel drive, your 4-wheel high, your 4-wheel low, and then your 4-wheel auto. And then we've got all of our analog controls for the infotainment system, analog climate controls as well. This truck comes with heated and ventilated seats, and then you can see you've got a little power outlet, which I have here for my camera because it's probably going to die in today's video. But yeah, overall bunch of stuff happening here, but pretty cool. Now this is the fun part. So right here you can see really nice trim covering this up, really easy to use. This is where your wireless phone charger is. You've got a little USB in there, and obviously it's really nice. This is the cool party trick of the truck. You've got the shifter right here. You can see you've got really nice leather here on the top, and then you can see you've got the manual shift function right here. But obviously, again, just putting it down is pretty cool. And then I love the actuation with the shifter. It just feels like you're doing something really solid. And then you do have the manual mode, so you just press that, put it into drive, and then you just press the M, and then I'll put you into the manual mode. But yeah, it just feels like you're doing something substantial. But obviously you can put it down so that you don't crack anyone's ribs. Anyways, you've got the rest of the center console here with the Platinum logo right there. And then I love the suede here with all of the leather as well. And actually opening up the center console, you've got the button right there on the front. Super nice here, tons of interior space. But yeah, it just looks really nice in general. I just love the overall feel and look of the center console. And then we do have a couple of cup holders. Now we've got a couple more things in terms of extra storage. So the other function with the center console is you can open it up to be a flat little tray here, so you could actually work on it, which is another cool little feature. Pretty easy to do. The one thing I would recommend is obviously just let it down lightly here so that you don't damage anything on the top of the center console. And then you do have the pop open glove box. The bottom glove box is a normal glove box. It just opens with the handle. The top one, obviously, you have that little button. And then just look at the material on the outside. Just looks really nice. And even on the dash, really nice use of material with the stitching as well. And that's that part of the Platinum. Now up here, we've got the sunglass holder. And then you've got the button for the power sliding window, which is just right there. And then you have all the controls for the sunroof. This does have a full panoramic sunroof. Lets a ton of light into the cabin. The one button that I always use for my truck that has a panoramic sunroof is just the sunshade, basically. So you just push the sunshade back, but you can see it functions like any other panoramic unit. Universal garage door openers as well. And then if you guys are wondering, it's just these little buttons for the lights. Pretty straightforward, nothing too crazy with that. And then we just have a traditional mirror. Now that we're done going over the interior on the new Platinum, I'm sure you guys are all wondering about the pricing on the Platinum. So in terms of pricing, the Platinum stickers for about $71,000 before any type of market adjustment. That all being said, let's take this new Platinum out and see how she drives. Let's quickly talk about visibility before we set off here in the 2021 Platinum. So you guys can see visibility of the hood. It's really easy to see. And then you've got the visibility through both of the mirrors, and they do have blind spot monitoring. And then here's the visibility throughout the rest of the rear. So visibility in general is really good. I mean, it's a pickup truck. It's kind of expected. And that all being said, well, let's set off. So as you can see, we are setting off in the F-150, and just so you guys know, this video is going to double for my driving portion for my F-150 review, and then also for our comparison review. This is a brand new truck, and I don't want to put a ton of miles on it, so I'm going to have to double down on my driving video. Sorry about that. I usually film separate videos for like every single video I film, but like this one's just going to be have to be a little bit different. So hopefully you guys will bear that with me and still appreciate the comparison video as much as you appreciate the review that this driving portion is a part of. But first and foremost, with the F-150, it is incredibly quiet here with the interior. Like, you don't hear a whole lot. Like, it's very well insulated from the outside, which is something that I definitely really appreciate with this new F-150. It definitely gives it that kind of like luxury truck feel. And the engine, since it's a V6, it's also really quiet, so you don't hear a whole lot of engine noise either with the truck. So just overall, from like the luxury driving experience with this truck, it's really good. And people are driving really slow because this is probably the first 2021 F-150 they've seen, and so they keep like taking pictures of it. We will eventually get up and go, guys, I promise you. So initially starting off with the F-150, the ride quality on this truck is also exceptionally good. So we're going to go over the same little manhole. It's about the same as the Ram Limited in terms of how much it upsets the truck. So yeah, really good in terms of the ride quality, but then things really just don't upset this truck all that much when you drive over them. And we'll see how the brakes are with the new F-150 as well. Yeah, brakes are really good on the truck. I still feel like the Chevy had the touchiest brakes by far. Like, they just were super, super touchy in the Chevy. Handling's really good. This truck handles really good. Feels like a normal truck, but definitely just, I mean, it doesn't feel like absolutely massive whatsoever. And the other thing is, this truck doesn't have a whole lot of body roll. It actually, yeah, it really doesn't at all. So it just does a really good job from that perspective. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to pop it over into the sport mode for our acceleration here. Yeah, the brakes are just really good. And I like the feeling of the steering with this. This definitely reminds me of Ram's steering rack, which I really like. But the steering wheel almost feels just a little bit smaller, which just kind of gives it a little bit of a different feel. We are going to get our acceleration here with the F-150. It just snowed, so I can't go like full throttle because I will just completely lose traction. It has so much torque. You can definitely feel the torque. And again, I'm at 4,500 feet elevation, and turbocharged engines do a lot better at elevation, and you can definitely feel the difference between this and the Chevy. Now, the Chevy feels like it pulls a little bit harder at the very top end compared to this Ford, but this Ford, the torque is just unbeatable compared to the other two trucks. It feels like a rocket ship. Yeah, this feels significantly quicker. And again, you just don't get the power losses that you're going to get with the two other engines because those are both naturally aspirated, whereas this one again is turbocharged. And that'll actually get me into summing things up with this new F-150. So first and foremost, from obviously the interior perspective, I love the interior on this Platinum. It's just a really good looking interior in general. They've just done such a good job with the truck. And then from the exterior styling, I wasn't sure with the pictures. When I saw the pictures, I was like, oh, this isn't that good looking of a truck. It looks like they didn't change that much, but they actually did. Like, when you see this in person, especially next to the 2020 F-150, which I'll try to get a comparison video shortly for you guys, there's a huge difference between the two trucks from the styling perspective. Like, this just looks a whole lot more modern. Basically looks like a spaceship next to a 2020 F-150. And so overall, the truck rides really smooth. You don't get a whole lot of sound. So like, if you need that V8 sound, this is not going to provide that for you, but it's going to provide the power. It's got really good fuel economy as well. It looks good. The interior is really nice. It has a ton of modern tech. And so this new F-150, again, I was a little bit weary and I was like, oh, it's just a refresh. Ford did a really good job. They tweaked a bunch of little things, and this new F-150 is just, it's such a good value. It's crazy. They just did a really good job with this truck. That is going to sum things up for our video on this 2021 Ford F-150 Platinum. And again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry H. Miller Ford Lincoln here in Provo for giving me some time with the Platinum. Check out their inventory in the link below. I will see all of you in that next video.